In the vast expanse of the African savanna, the laws of life are written in strength, speed, and instinct. This is a realm ruled by apex predators, hunters honed by centuries, who move across the open plains with ruthless precision. Each day brings the hunt, and every encounter can decide the fate of life itself. Yet even in a world dominated by the strongest, a question lingers. Do those being pursued ever truly stand a chance? Prey are far from helpless. They fight tirelessly against a fate that seems predetermined. They learn, adapt, sprint faster, form protective groups, defend themselves, and sometimes achieve the impossible. Time and again, they withstand the relentless pressure of predators, proving that survival relies not only on raw power, but on resilience, cunning, and the determination to endure. In the African savanna, no rule is absolute. Every chase carries uncertainty. Every confrontation is unpredictable, and life always finds a way to endure, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Located in the heart of Zambia, Kafue National Park is not only the largest park in the country, but also one of Africa's oldest and most expansive wildlife reserves. Its dense Miombo woodlands are home to numerous endemic mammals and bird species. During the rainy season, the Busanga floodplain transforms into a sanctuary for birds and antelopes alike. The Kafue River, one of Zambia's main waterways, serves as the park's lifeblood. Swamps, dry savannas, and thickets combine to create a richly diverse landscape that teems with life throughout the year. Kafue is regarded as one of the most biodiverse regions on the continent. Lions, leopards, wild dogs, elephants, antelopes, and countless bird species coexist in this dynamic ecosystem. As golden sunlight filters through the treetops, long shadows stretch across the land. In the tall grass ahead, a pride of lions moves silently, stalking its next meal. In the distance, a herd of buffalo grazes peacefully near a lone acacia, unaware of the predators closing in. The lions crouch low, their bodies sliding through the grass, eyes locked on their unsuspecting quarry. The buffalo continue grazing, pausing to rest in the shade, oblivious to the danger approaching. Suddenly, one lion breaks from the group, moving stealthily along the edge of the herd. Its target is clear, a large buffalo that has strayed slightly from the group. Seizing the opportunity, the lead lion bursts through the grass at full speed. Panic spreads through the herd, hooves pounding, dust rising, bodies scattering in all directions. But the lone buffalo does not flee. Lowering its massive head, it charges to defend itself. With a blend of agility and raw strength, the lion leaps and lands precisely on the buffalo's back, sinking its claws deep. The buffalo spins violently, smashing against nearby trees in a desperate attempt to break free. Outnumbered and exhausted, the buffalo finally succumbs to the relentless weight and power of the lion pride. A final bite ends the struggle. The predator stands tall beside the still body of its prey. The cycle of life continues. In this wild kingdom, victory is fleeting, but survival belongs to the strongest. The first golden rays of sunlight spill over the vast African woodland, warming the trees and rousing the hidden life of the savannah. A pride of lions rests among the tall grass beneath the shade of acacias, relaxed yet ever vigilant, aware of every movement in their surroundings. As the morning heat rises, the lions begin to stir. Muscles tighten, bodies awaken, and the hunt is about to commence. In the distance, a small herd of gazelles grazes peacefully, unaware of the predators slipping silently from the shadows. The lions lower their bodies, blending seamlessly with the golden hues of the landscape, eyes fixed on the weakest link. An adult male lion moves with cautious stealth, his imposing form nearly invisible among the swaying grass. His focus lands on a lone gazelle, separated from the safety of the herd, vulnerable and unaware. Suddenly, the ambush ignites. The lion bursts forward in a lightning-fast sprint, kicking up dust in his wake. Panic surges through the gazelle as it leaps and bounds, desperately pounding the earth in a frantic escape. It veers sharply, trying to shake the predator. But the lion keeps pace, weaving through shrubs with relentless precision. With lethal accuracy, the lion launches, claws extended, landing squarely on the gazelle's back in mid-stride. The prey struggles, kicking and twisting in a bid for freedom, but its energy quickly wanes. One by one, the other lions converge, encircling the gazelle and cutting off every escape route. combined force and numbers tip the balance, and the pride quickly overpowers their quarry. Once the hunt concludes, the lion begins to feed, sinking teeth into the flesh, claiming the hard-earned reward. In the wild, survival is determined by strength, patience, and the delicate dance between predator and prey. A momentary calm returns. Zebras and giraffes graze together in the distance, oblivious to the silent predator watching from afar. Not far away, a pack of African wild dogs moves through the underbrush with swift, coordinated steps, hunger driving every movement. In the distance, a herd of impalas grazes peacefully, unaware of the sharp eyes tracking them from the shadows. The dogs lower their bodies, blending into the earth, advancing slowly and silently, every step synchronized. One impala wanders too close to the riverbank, straying from the safety of the group, a perfect target for an ambush. At the precise moment, the pack leader signals, and in an instant, the wild dogs strike. Panic surges through the impala as it bolts toward the water, legs pumping frantically, trying to escape the tightening circle of predators. Beneath the surface of the river, a crocodile senses the commotion and lunges upward, aiming to intercept the fleeing prey. The impala narrowly avoids the jaws, slipping along the river's edge and racing toward the far bank. Without hesitation, the wild dogs reach the waterline and plunge in, chasing relentlessly through the shallow current. The lead dog leaps, clamping onto one of the impala's legs, dragging it back toward the muddy shore. Immediately, other pack members join in, biting and pulling in perfect coordination. The impala, overwhelmed by the precision and teamwork of the hunters, loses all chance of escape. Once the prey is subdued, the pack drags it away from the river, out of the crocodile's reach. Surrounding their catch, each dog takes its place, feeding with relentless intensity. In the wild, survival favors the swift, the determined, and those who refuse to relent when hunger strikes. Unlike the deafening roars of lions or the coordinated precision of wild dog packs, the leopard is a master of solitude, stealth, and unsettling accuracy. Its golden coat glimmers under the moonlight, while dark rosettes break up its outline, rendering it nearly invisible among the branches and shadowed grasses. Hunting alone, every successful kill is a testament to patience, precision, and unmatched feline power. The enigma of the leopard endures, eternal and untamed, whispering through the trees and echoing across the African savanna. As the sun begins to rise, pale yellow light pierces the morning mist, awakening the plains for another cycle of survival, a delicate balance of beauty, danger, and resilience. In the quiet of dawn, movement stirs. A sleek, golden, spotted figure emerges, a ghost of the forest. Its black rosettes blend seamlessly with the tall grass, body half hidden in perfect camouflage. Its intent is clear: opportunity, prey, pursuit. Every action follows the timeless laws of the African dawn. In the distance, impalas graze calmly. Young fawns leap with energy, while mothers lower their heads to feed on fresh shoots. Believing the morning to be as peaceful as any other, unaware of the patient predator watching their every move. The leopard crouches, lowering its body, muscles coiled like drawn bows. Its eyes fix on an impala, straying from the safety of the group. Breathing slows. Every step is deliberate. Time contracts, measured with instinct, honed across countless generations. Then, it strikes. An explosion of speed sends grass and dust flying as the predator unleashes its full power. With a precise leap, the leopard attacks claws digging in, bodies colliding violently with the hardened earth. The impala struggles desperately, horns slicing through the air, eyes wide with terror and a fleeting hope. The battle is fierce. Seconds stretch into eternity. The predator does not relent. With a final, unyielding grip on the throat, life is extinguished swift, absolute, and definitive. Finally, the struggle ends. The impala collapses, drained of all strength. Its final breath fades, and the savanna returns to the quiet of dawn. Without hesitation, the leopard seizes the lifeless body and drags it into the dense vegetation. Securing its prize far from the strength of lions and the opportunistic theft of hyenas. In the shadows, its victory is safe. Amid this chaos, A shadow glides silently. A golden-furred leopard moves through the tall grass, sleek and ghost-like. Its yellow eyes scan the dawn, searching for the next opportunity, ever patient, ever ready. The vast ecosystem of the Greater Mara is a living network, where life flows without borders, naturally connecting the Masai Mara National Reserve, the Mara Triangle, and the surrounding conservancies. Sitting at altitudes ranging from 1,500 to over 2,100 meters above sea level. This landscape is a mosaic of winding rivers, rolling hills, and deep valleys. The name Masai Mara comes from the Maasai people, a nomadic community that has shared this land for centuries. In their language, Mara means spotted, a reference to the landscape dotted with trees and shadows. The Maasai maintain an intimate connection with the environment, preserving their traditional herding practices and pastoral lifestyle across generations. Masai Mara is home to more than 95 mammal species and roughly 570 bird species. Its vast savannas, adorned with grasses, shrubs, and iconic acacia trees, define the region's character. Yet this territory is far more than just a breathtaking postcard. Among its legends, the Nile crocodile reigns as the undisputed sovereign of the Mara River. This colossal predator can grow up to 6 meters in length and exceed a ton in weight. Under the intense African sun, they are often seen basking along the riverbanks between mid-morning and late afternoon, regulating their body temperature. When water temperatures fall below 30 degrees Celsius, these reptiles prefer the safety of dry land. As night falls and darkness cloaks the Mara River, the Nile crocodile comes alive. Every muscle tenses, coiled and ready to strike with spring-like precision. During the dry season, when prey is scarce, it conserves energy by remaining motionless in the sun. Its extraordinary ability to store fat allows it to endure the harshest months, turning each successful hunt into a vital reserve for survival. As the apex predator of its domain, the crocodile faces few natural rivals. Yet one challenge remains formidable: the Cape buffalo. This herbivore giant can weigh up to 900 kilograms and approaches the Mara River in large, imposing herds, its curved, sharp horns gleaming in the sunlight. For the crocodile, targeting a buffalo is no small feat. Success rates hover around a mere 15%, so it typically selects weaker individuals' calves, the old or stragglers. Still, the Cape buffalo is fiercely combative. When ambushed, it rarely flees without resistance, often turning to confront its attacker head-on. What makes the Cape buffalo truly fearsome is its sense of unity. If one member is threatened, the herd frequently rallies together, launching a counterattack that can put even the most powerful predator in serious jeopardy. The Mara River, often called the lifeblood of the Masai Mara, is also home to one of Africa's most iconic giants, the African savanna elephant. Part of the legendary Big Five and the largest land animal on the planet. This colossus can reach up to 4 meters in height and weigh over 600-800 kilograms. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Wildlife Ecology highlights their remarkable learning abilities and memory, allowing them to navigate migration routes and recognize every member of their herd. As these majestic herds approach the Mara's banks, every step commands respect. They move confidently through shallow waters, precisely where Nile crocodiles have been lying in wait for months. Even when a crocodile targets a calf or an elderly, weakened elephant, its chances of success remain slim. At such moments, the herd's protective instinct comes to the forefront. Adult elephants form an almost impenetrable circle. Stamping the ground with force, swinging their trunks like formidable weapons, and letting out deep, resonant calls that echo across the surroundings. Thanks to this strong organization and cooperative behavior, the success rate of crocodile attacks on elephant calves in the Mara River is less than 10%. But the impact of the African elephant extends far beyond its sheer size. Their every step not only shakes the earth, but reshapes the landscape. By toppling vegetation and digging deep in search of subterranean water, they inadvertently create small ponds and channels. A 2024 study by the African Center for Ecological Research found that these water bodies become ideal breeding grounds for Nile crocodiles, illustrating the elephant's surprising role in shaping and sustaining its ecosystem. Unlike the unpredictable prey that appears sporadically, the Nile crocodile waits patiently for the annual feast that unfolds between July and October. During these months, the Mara River transforms into a chaotic corridor of life, the Great Migration. Over 1.5 million wildebeest, accompanied by some 300,000 zebras and hundreds of thousands of gazelles, leave the Serengeti in Tanzania, driven by the search for fresh grazing lands. As master predators, the Nile crocodiles lie in wait beneath the water's surface, motionless yet fully alert, as the massive herds gather nervously along the riverbanks. In this perilous crossing, mortality rates can reach 10 to 15%, with many animals falling victim to sudden, violent ambushes by these ancient reptiles. The crocodile's hunting strategy is simple, yet deadly. Amid the chaos, it singles out the weakest target and strikes with precision. Once caught, the prey faces the dreaded death roll. A brutal underwater spin that fractures bones and tears flesh, breaking even the largest animals into manageable portions. While typically solitary hunters, Nile crocodiles in the Masai Mara can display surprising cooperation when needed. If one begins an attack, others quickly join in, clamping their powerful jaws onto the struggling prey. In a single meal, a crocodile can consume up to 22 kilograms of meat, storing the energy needed to survive the lean months ahead. When the Mara's current surges, the wildebeest plunge into the water with collective force and unwavering determination. Once a crossing point is chosen, the herd moves as an unstoppable wave. often intermingled with black and white striped zebras. The chaos makes it difficult for crocodiles to single out a target. The wildebeest communicate through alarm calls, alerting others to danger and improving their chances of survival. Zebras, though less numerous, often lead the migration. Fully aware that the Mara is a deadly arena dominated by lurking crocodiles, they rely on unity. They wait until numbers are sufficient before attempting the risky crossing together. This collective strategy forms a moving living barrier, reducing the likelihood that any single individual will be attacked. Their survival odds increase even further when zebras merge with the massive wildebeest herds. Entering the river simultaneously, the combined force of thousands of animals creates an overwhelming wave of momentum. This struggle is driven not only by instinct, but also by solidarity. In the face of danger, zebras become the warriors of the migration, advancing without hesitation through the treacherous waters of the Mara. Crossing the river is only the first hurdle. In the unforgiving ecosystem of the Masai Mara, other giants lie in wait, ready to strike at any unsuspecting prey. The relationship between the Nile crocodile and the great cats, such as lions and leopards, is defined by constant tension and cautious confrontation. When food becomes scarce, neither hesitates to seize a meal from the other. These encounters often turn into high-stakes duels of intimidation, filled with exposed teeth, deep growls, and calculated movements where a single misstep can prove deadly. The lion, widely known as the king of the savannah, reigns supreme over the land as a top predator. Males can weigh up to 250 kilograms and their most iconic feature, the thick, dark mane, serves not only as a visual display, but also as protection against bites and attacks from rivals. A lion pride is far more than a collection of individuals. It is a highly organized social unit, usually composed of 10 to 15 members. The lionesses, agile and powerful, are the pride's primary hunters. With exceptional teamwork and coordination, they bring down prey efficiently and strategically. For the lion, every encounter is more than a test of strength. It is a display of pride, endurance, and the relentless instinct to survive. Nile crocodiles don't limit their diet to ungulates. They also hunt primates. Among their targets are baboons, which live in complex social groups called troops. Some of these troops can number over 150 individuals, functioning as tightly knit mini-societies with clear hierarchies. For these primates, the Mara River is both a vital source of water and a stage fraught with danger. Whenever a troop approaches the riverbank, vigilance is at its peak. Every ripple in the water is closely observed, and ears remain alert for the slightest unusual sound. At the first sign of threat, an olive baboon lets out a sharp bark that echoes along the riverbanks. Dominant males immediately respond, amplifying the alarm calls to warn the troop and intimidate potential predators. A world where the great predators have ruled for centuries, and where the lives of the most vulnerable hang by an invisible thread. Yet even in this realm, governed by strength and speed. Survival is never impossible. Each day, prey animals confront fear, learn, adapt, and endure, showing that life always finds a way, even against the harshest odds. These struggles are more than mere scenes of hunt and escape. They reflect an ancient balance that keeps this extraordinary ecosystem alive. When a species disappears, the silence it leaves disrupts that balance forever. Protecting wildlife is therefore not just an act of compassion, it is a shared responsibility. Conserving these lands ensures that stories of resilience, courage, and adaptation continue to unfold under Africa's blazing sun. And as the day fades over the savannah, one truth remains undeniable even in the harshest world. The fight to survive has meaning and value. If this journey through the wild has inspired you, support our work. Like and subscribe to Llamado Salvaje TV to keep exploring, learning, and protecting the future of wildlife together.